Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Sunday to you all. Hopefully, you are enjoying your weekends, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. We resume with what is going to be a very short little artist deep dive we are doing on the Sunday slot with the final of the Xdinary Heroes albums that I am unfamiliar with, the Overload EP with the title track Haircut. Now, the reason why this is going to be the last installment in the Xdinary Heroes Artist Deep Dive is that after this album, we are entirely caught up. Every single musical release that Xdinary Heroes has done following this Overload EP. So we're talking Freaking Bad with the Deadlock album. We're talking about Break the Break with the Livelock album. Little Things, I think, with the Troubleshooting album. We've done all the open betas. We've done the OST that they were involved with earlier this year. Yeah. So after this, every single Xdinary Heroes song that's been released has been covered in some capacity. So this will be it. This will be where we complete our adventure through the Xdinary Heroes deep dive. Thankfully, it didn't take too long because we've been covering them pretty closely from earlier on. And we didn't have a whole lot of stuff to catch up on from before then, so it'll be a great time. I don't know what'll be next in terms of deep dives. We might wait a few weeks, mainly because Kingdom. I think Road to Kingdom Ace of Ace is starting this Thursday, so we may allocate the Sunday slot to shows, which will be interesting. I haven't figured that out yet. That'll be a thing for future me to figure out. But I'm excited to jump back into this. I say jump back into it because apparently I checked out Haircut back when it dropped. I don't actually know when it dropped, but apparently I did at some point. Because I made a video on it. Never checked out the rest of the album. And this will be the album that I know the least about. Like, full stop. Because even though I checked out Haircut back in the day, I don't remember anything from it. So, it'll be... We'll get to full send a brand new album for me, and that is going to be a whole lot of fun and a great way to finish. So, let's get started, shall we? Roll intro! Right, I just need to, where is it? I need to pull up the album credits on the side, because that is what we do on album listens, and I don't know why it's taking so long to load. Any day now. And there it is. We are good to go. It is pulled up on the side screen, and we're gonna treat it as any ordinary album listen that we have done time and time again here on the channel, especially with Xdinary Heroes. So, let's get started. Track number 1, ZZZ. Double period. It's not even an ellipses. What is the Korean title? Chamgode? Chamgode. Sure, we'll roll with it. We will roll with it. Forgive my improper pronunciation of the Korean, but get her started. Track number 1, ZZZ. Lyrics by Kim Eun-ji, Lee Hae-sol, members Gunil, Jungsu, Gaon, Oda, and Junhan. So that leaves Juyeon not in the lyric lineup. Composition Kim Eun-ji with members Gunil, Jungsu, Oda, Junhan, and Juyeon. So no Gaon on composition this time, with Lee Hae-sol on arrangement.
조회 나왔어? 일단 들어봐. 내가 먼저 해볼게.
It's got a really nice walking pace to it. Hello, stacking. Take it way down here. This is the pre-chorus then. quick ramp up. Hello, vocal harmonies. Was not expecting it to get kind of crunchy like this here. Oh, 3-octave stack, really cool. And then it gets like, there's moments where it gets almost nursery rhymey, like playful. Slow it down one time. What is happening in the background? This like chiptune synthesizer in the pre-chorus is really interesting because it just kind of like appears. That chorus release work goes. Kind of reminds me of some glam rock song from the 80s. The perpetual harmonies is great though. Oh, that slide. Hello. That little like da-dun, 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 that flutter was really cool. Increase the crunch for the final chorus, okay. Oh, bring it back. Okay, so someone's been moited in the background. 07's in chat for whoever we lost in the background there. What an interesting way to start an album, because it's the start of an album, kind of like what the finale of an album is like. Is there's a couple ways of approaching it, and knowing that the title track comes after this, which means whatever track number 1 is has to almost be like a setup song into whatever's coming next. And in terms of the pacing side of things, I think ZZZ is actually a really good opener because it's a super neutral pace song. It's not too quick, it's not too slow, it doesn't have too much of a sharp bounce to it, but it doesn't feel like it's slugging behind at all. And it's got a tone that, even though there is that kind of, I don't know, do we want to call it that horror movie thing going on? It still has a sense of neutrality to it. Neutrality might be the wrong word for it, but it doesn't do anything too far in one direction. So it sets a really good base point as for, like, you know, for the rest of the album that it can build on top of. It's a great foundation song because after, you know, following ZZ, you can slow it down and be just fine because ZZ's got enough pace for it to be like the, you know, quote unquote energetic opener, but it's also slow enough to be like a launch pad for if we get any high intensity songs later in the album. So, like, in terms of like the sound for the album is very smart. Now I'll figure it out when we get to the MV for Haircut, but maybe that time of year has something to do with the theme of it. Like, if it is, say, like an October release or something like that, then most likely we are going to get something along the lines of a little bit more of a horror theme, and that'll reflect in the music as well. And ZZZ has moments where there is an essence of that creepy musical composition coming in, that kind of, you know, typical horror composition style. While it's not like evidently clear, it is there in traces, and I think that's very interesting. Cool, good start. Now, track number 2, Haircut. Lyrics by Kim Eun-ji, with members Guno, Jungsu, Gaon, Oda, Junan, and Juyeon. Everyone on lyrics. Composition Kim Eun-ji, Lee Sol, with members Guno, Jungsu, Gaon, Oda, Junan, and Juyeon. So all members on composition, with Lee Sol on arrangement. Now, as mentioned in the intro, I've listened to this apparently. This track. Oh, so this must have been late October? No, November 11th. Oh, so this was roughly about a month after I had started, because I think I would have started doing the whole YouTube thing. Well, the first release I ever did, and it was the day of release, was Dreamcatcher's Apocalypse Follow Us album with Vision, the title track. And I'm pretty sure that was, I think it was October 10th? So this would have been really early on in the whole YouTube thing. I would have been back in the UK in my student apartment. I just finished my course. I was waiting to graduate. And yeah, weird times, man, weird times. But I don't remember this song like at all in any capacity, so this will be a great refresher.
Get a haircut.
We know Xdinary Heroes. 1, 2, 3, don't wanna say
I know this is slightly influenced by having checked out their more recent discography, but the way the intro in an Xdinary Heroes song starts and when the song actually starts is never going to be the same, I feel like. So this, Saunders. Get that beat building, okay. Okay. It is slightly coming back to me now. It's so slow. Also, hello, Gunil! And there's the double time coming back. I'm so glad it's there, though. I'm also very quickly noticing that every single era we are going to get a different flavor of Gaon, and you don't know what you're going to get every single time. That's cool. This instrumental switch where the acoustic guitar takes the lead in this pre-chorus is so cool. That start is hard, by the way. But then it just like... this initial part of the chorus just lumbers along. And then I guess second time around we're gonna go into the bridge rather than the second half of the chorus, but... yeah, that is a hard entry for the chorus. And then ramp up the speed again for half two. I'm not gonna lie, I think I prefer the second half of the chorus to the first half. I just like the faster pacing of it. Huh. I can't lie, I found that very interesting to listen to. I I don't remember how I reacted to this when I first checked it out 2 years ago, but getting to this now, I understand where like the creative direction and stuff is coming from. I think it's really neat that Xdinary Heroes are taking this era to really kind of diversify in a little, like, you know, especially with the Hello World EP, like that was their first essentially major album project, right? And so this is album number 2 for them, because Happy Death Day was a 1-track single. So this being the second album, we are now getting what is essentially, well, at this point when the album dropped, this entire project was 50% of their discography already, right? So essentially the sensation that I'm getting is they've taken this era to really just widen that catalog of sound that they can do, and then eventually they're just going to slowly start to consolidate it into the handful that they are really going to go full send on. And I don't think I appreciated that the first time around, because of course, you know, we didn't have the following albums back when I listened to this originally, but Haircut is experimental in a lot of different ways. That meter manipulation is really drastic. Like, let's go back. I know we don't usually do this on album listens and stuff, but I think there's a point that needs to be made. Like, this song, you can never get too comfortable with the pacing of this song, because they're gonna take that away from you. They're going to immediately change it once you get too comfortable with it. And I think that, from an artist point of view, having that control over the listener, I think is very important. But it's also on display here. It's very strong, and there's certain songs that do a really good job of that, and certain artists that can really take advantage of that. I think Xdinary Heroes is really taking advantage of that. But where's that pre-chorus? Notice the slow build. Build it, build it, build it, build it, build it.
Welcome.
Bro, that intro is, that entry for the chorus is so hard. Welcome. Do it again.
Welcome.
And then it saunters. It doesn't walk at all. It like lumbers along. Every step is so heavy, and that's not what you expect from the nice, consistent, loud, punchy riser that we got in the pre-chorus, as well as the welcome, the guitar, the 2-step guitar wail. This isn't the chorus you expect to happen, and this is what is essentially that speed control on display. You know, with that dramatic increase and that punchy kind of impact moment right as it switches over into the chorus, you expect that momentum to continue forward. Bring it all the way back, because they're going to push it forward again in the second half, right? So, hello, Mr. Guno. Good to see you. Because ramp it up this again. And then, by finishing the chorus in that double time, whenever we get back into verse 2, and I mean, with verse 2, it is Gaon and I believe Jungsu coming up, right? No, it's Oda. So, Gaon and Oda on your, essentially, rep verse. Very much a pop formula, right? But in this application, it works so well, because now we're riding on the coattails of the chorus and the momentum of it. We're just gonna ride it forward, let the momentum carry the song forward, only for repeat the same thing again.
Welcome.
Love that we get the for that kind of impact moment, we get the 2 members that very rarely get involved vocally doing it. Warms my heart, because I love getting a Guno vocal moment. I mean, I don't know if you classify it as a vocal moment, but you get my drift, right? You get a Guno moment, you get a Junhan moment, and oh, it's a great time. But again, boom, slow it down again. They toy with you. They keep toying with you, and it's their way of kind of like asserting dominance over the listener. Sure, we'll roll with it. It's like they are making it known that they are in charge of this song. I think that's very powerful. Nice. All right, let's keep her moving. Track number 3, Lunatic. Lyrics by Sela, Emily Kim, with members Gunil, Jungsu, and Gaon. Exactly the same on composition and Sela on arrangement. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Apologies, I have laundry drying outside and it is so windy that one of my shirts was flying away. Like, quite literally, it flown into my veranda door, which is not ideal because I'll have to wash that again. But anyways, let's get back to the Xdinary Heroes album, shall we? Boo! Ooh! Oh, I love the heaviness. I love that kind of digital guitar thing going on there because it makes it feel like both Western and futuristic at the same time. There's the crunch, there's the power. Hello, major key. Okay, this post-chorus is giving me huge glam metal vibes, and I'm so here for it. Wow. Oh, that perpetual electric guitar part. Yeah, as it just keeps going. And that full hit on the chorus drop is so 80s. I figured we were gonna go straight into the bridge. Give me that post-chorus again, man. I want my glam metal moment. Let it chug. There it is. Lunatic. Oh my god, that was so good. That, dare I say, is my favorite song on the album right now. You know what? I'm not even gonna dare say it because I'm going to say it. Lunatic is my favorite song on the album right now. Maybe one of my favorite Xdinary Heroes songs so far. Oh, wait, that's really good. Okay, that's blown me away a little bit. And here's the thing. you know, I've explained this with Xdinary Heroes a lot, but I grew up with the 80s rock scene, especially in the hair metal side of things. But my favorite group growing up was Def Leppard. They were one of the like leading figures when it came to the glam metal genre, or glam rock, whatever you want to call it. It's essentially you're bringing in like that hard rock, you know, the hair metal hard rock side with a little bit of pop elements to it. And you know, I have listened to their discography time and time again in full. And you know, I'd like to think we've covered a lot of K-band music here on the channel, but for me, this post-chorus in Lunatic, there has been nothing else that has come close to replicating that Def Leppard magic for me than the post-chorus in Lunatic. Like, this part, I mean, this part's perfectly fine, but like, this very much feels like Let's Get Rocked from the Adrenalize album, Def Leppard's Adrenalize album. This very much feels like, ooh, yeah, I'd probably say Let's Get Rocked is, or no, Coming Under Fire is too plucky. Yeah, I'd probably say Let's Get Rocked is probably the closest thing that this post-chorus in Lunatic gets, but it's so good. I'm gonna listen to this again. Allow me. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. You know what? Skip ahead. I'm gonna be here for like 20 minutes if I don't. Oh, okay, I need to turn the volume down before I give myself tinnitus listening to an album. Let's keep her moving. Track number 4, Crack in the Mirror. Lyrics by Kimun Ji. The first song on the album where we have no member credits in the lyrics. Very interesting. Composition, Aaron Kim, Isaac Han. Studio, OPC, Ash An, Yu Yong Lee, with members Guno, Jungsu, Gaon, Oda, and Juyeon. Arrangement, Aaron Kim, Isaac Han, Ash An, Yu Yong Lee. Oh, we have another walker. Hold on. Lower octave? I love how bottom loaded this song is, though. Oh! Hello, Flip. Hello, Double Time. Hello, Halftime. Love the big power chords. Very 80s of you. Short chorus, though. Cool call and response. Love a little simple choke there. Boom. That's a different instrument. It's another one of those songs like Haircut where speed control is everything. It definitely doesn't hold back on the impact side though. Like, it's a very nice and meaty song. That was a cool bridge. Really leaning into that kind of like haunting sound, right? There's the finish. Oh, that is a short song for an Xdinary Heroes release. My goodness. I thought it was going by really fast. I didn't realize it was this short, but it's still a proper full-length song, though. Cool. But nice. I love how heavy it is. It doesn't hold back on the low end of the song at all. And especially when you're in that slower halftime beat, every beat, major beat hit lands and has weight to it. And it's definitely a song that, you know, it's not like the chorus in Haircut where it like lumbers along. It's not that slow and heavy. But every hit, like, you're going to feel in your bones when you're listening to it, the boom, boom. It's there. That presence is there. But it's not always that slow, right? Because we get that double time portion in the or in the second half of the choruses, which are very short chorus, but very smartly speed controlled yet again. It's a song that never feels like it drags along, but it never runs away from you either. And it's that back and forth action. We even get that back and forth action in the vocals as well, which is great. And yeah, Crack in the Mirror is, on this album especially, I think, I mean, apart from Lunatic, like this run of Lunatic and Crack in the Mirror is definitely the easiest to listen to in terms of, with my musical background, or like, I guess, my musical tastes, especially growing up and stuff. Lunatic and Crack in the Mirror is definitely, like, we are well and truly in my comfort zone when it comes to rock music. And because of it, it is extremely easy to listen to. It's extremely easy to follow along with. I just wish we got, like, this is a meaty song, but I wish we got more sustenance in it. Like, I want a full-length chorus every single time. I don't want that half-length chorus in the first two verses. Like, I want this song to be over 3 minutes, because whatever it has going right now, it's nice. It's like going to a really fancy dinner place and you get the meal that you ordered, and it's, you know, very expensive because you pay for the Michelin stars or what have you. And then you get the portion and it's really expensive and it's really good, but there isn't a whole lot of it. That's what Crack in the Mirror feels like to me. It's really good. I like what we have, but I want more of it. You know what I mean? It's still a very good song though. Right, track number 5, titled Ghost. Now there was a, when did they perform this? I think it was Open Beta 6.3's concert that they apparently performed this on. There's a live clip for it, but we're not using it for copyright reasons. I have a channel strike already. Now I want to minimize those as best as we can. So, track number 5, Ghost, lyrics by Sela, composition Yi Woo Min, Clapstone, Jungsu Gaon, Oda, and Juyeon, with Clapstone, Yi Woo Min on arrangement. Speaking of spooky, it's got some pace to it though. Hold on. There's something about that brief open hi-hat hit that just... Thank you, Gunil. Cool stack. Really cool octave stack here. Build the beat. Oh! Oh, we were going high with the vocals there. Oh! Stacking even the ad-libs with the whistle? Oh my. Very smart inclusion of the rap verse and verse too. It stylistically works so well. And then the way the slow build comes in, it feels super, almost elasticy.
귓가엔 날 끌어내리는 네 목소리 뒤따라오는 발걸음에 난 어떻게 해야 해
That nice slide up, kind of like with the entry in Haircut. Nice firm hit. Oh, post-chorus. Long post-chorus. Could be an outro, actually. It is. Aww. I love the old kind of like record player distorted audio filter that they have going on at the end. Adds to the kind of spookiness to it, but oh, this run here, 3, 4, 5, Lunatic, Crack in the Mirror, and Ghost is a time and a half. Oh my goodness. Ghost has that dark undertone to it, but there's also a hint of playfulness going on with all the vocal stacking that you get, especially in the chorus with the ad-libs. Like, you get the you get that lower vocal ad-lib paired with the, I think, 2-octave higher whistle part doing it. Hold on, go back. I want to talk about this chorus.
Stop your lies, 이제 날 떠나 right now 뒤따라오는 발걸음에 나 어떻게 해야 해 I'm broken 나를 괴롭히는 소리에
I think that's so cool to get, because, you know, when you think of ad-libs, it's usually like one isolated part, and maybe background vocals will get some harmonies here, but the ad-libs are the vocal harmonies here, and I think that's so neat, and especially when you're combining two very different vocal approaches. Like, you have a whistle on the top part, like an actual like human whistle, but then you have a sung lower harmony to pair with it. That is a cool combo that you do not get a lot. Usually if it's done whistle on one side, it's going to be whistle on the other, or just whistle on its own. If it's done vocally, it's usually paired with another vocal or on its own. You don't really blend two different vocal styles on ad-libs all that much. But the effect it creates, especially that lower vocal part, is so good. Like, oh, and especially with just how heavy that bottom end becomes in that chorus hit, by adding that vocal low end to boot is, oh my goodness, that is a tastefully done song. Oh. Alright, let's finish strong, shall we? This is track number 6, titled Xmas, lyrics by Kevin Oppa, Song Hee-jin, member Jungsu, and Juyeon. Composition, Kevin Oppa, Song Hee-jin, Jungsu Gon, Oda, and Juyeon, with Kevin Oppa on arrangement. Why are you whispering at me? Oh, hello. Oh, it kind of chugs. Oh my god, do that vocal harmony again. Little floor tom action from Mr. Guno back there. Oh, wait. This rips. Oh. one thing I'm really appreciating about the song is the fact that even on a more low-key section like this, in terms of volume, the pace is still there. So love Junhan just flying high in the background all the time. It's a great time. Bro, why does this song rip so much? What? Again with the stacking. Again, it's that whole speed control element. This album does it so well, and they've done it on multiple occasions very well. Oh, is it over? No! Do it again. Do it again. That was so good. Wait, hold on. That was really, really good. Wait, but why did this album finish so strongly? Wait, what? Was so good. Was so good. It's an extremely snappy song. Like, this song does not hold back on the pace department. Even, you know, even when you get that kind of haunty, like, music box type synth part, dun, da, 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 like, even when you get that part, it's like that momentum is still carrying the song forward. You don't need the pace there. It's like kind of almost implied in a way. Oh, wait, that was really good. I'm sorry. I think I was speaking over right at the beginning. I want that entire first verse again. Talk about making an impact off of beat one, right? Oh, that is, I don't know if that's a very flattering still frame, sorry Odu, but what a weird but cool way of, like, you know, getting your attention, right? And you've almost got like screaming, like faux female vocal part paired with a rapping lower part, and it kind of meets in the middle to create this slightly dissonance creating duet vocal part. What a cool combo. And then beat. Speaking of two-part vocal parts, oh my god, the sauce. The sauce is dripping with these two. I've just had a crisis! God, it's... Do it again! The audacity to do that. The audacity to do that 30 seconds into the song. How dare you two? How dare you two? And even here, you know, the beat is completely gone. Gunil is not driving the song forward. But it's implied, essentially. I mean, we get him back now, but... Like, this song, it doesn't matter if there's no beat or not, this song will drive forward. It's not just implied. This song has that movement forward written into its DNA. Gunil, of course, having Gunil is going to fully drive the song forward. But even in parts without Gunil, this song will go forward. It doesn't need anything else. Because that movement is so addictive and is so easy to follow along with that. Without it, it feels like it's there even though it isn't, because it's been ingrained into the song, it's been ingrained into your mind. The power of the drums, man. I cannot state this enough. The drummer is such an important key in a band. And Gunil. Aha! I've run out of words. I have run out of words to articulate just how much I am impressed by these guys. And, you know, we have now fully caught up with their discography. I mean, apart from all the instrumental tracks, which, as a fan of instrumental tracks, I'm very grateful that they had in their earlier releases. And I hope that we get them in the future, because one of my favorite things is the instrumental parts. But, my first proper album with them was Deadlock, so songs like Freaking Bad, like Good Enough, like Man in the Box, like Come Into My Head. And I remember with the Deadlock album, and I guess, you know, technically Haircut was my very first exposure to them, but Deadlock going into Livelock with Break the Break and likes of Freddy and Bad Chemical, I think I was slowly starting to understand what their sound was going to be moving forward. And I think to an extent, you know, going Deadlock into Livelock into that Troubleshooting album, very much Xdinary Heroes were finding their stride, and it was going along the path of what I had expected them to do and what I was comfortable with them doing musically. Because every single time they've had a comeback so far, they have really delivered when it comes to the just like really playing to my musical taste. So like every album has had just an absolute heater of a B-side, one that I would possibly argue tops the title track. In some albums, definitely tops the title track, and that's a hard task to do considering how good their title tracks were. Like for Deadlock album, I loved the emotionality behind Good Enough. I think it's such a gorgeously well-written ballad. With the Livelock album, Bad Chemical and Freddy as a 1-2 combo to bring the intensity is just so nice. Although Break the Break really gets the head going, and it's great. And then Troubleshooting, like Little Things, was a great return to Xdinary Heroes, but you know exactly what my views are on this album. Money on My Mind and Dreaming Girl. Oh my goodness. Money on My Mind still, I think, is my favorite Xdinary Heroes like song that they've done in recent releases. And then the open beta stuff that they've dropped following the Troubleshooting album. You know, Boy Comics was a ridiculously fun time. Love and Fear was a ridiculously good time. Save Me was a very pretty time. Instead blew my mind. But now that I know what their earlier stuff is, I love that their improvement is still going forward. I love that they've found a sound that works for them, and I love how they weren't afraid of really going out of the box on certain songs early on, because it really shows like the optimism, the adventurous nature of them as a group and what they're doing musically. And they never half-assed anything. Whenever they were gonna get a little bit fancy with the composition side of things, they went full send on making something sound a little bit experimental, a little bit different, and I love that so much about them. And honestly, I say K-bands are a great time, but when you have groups like Xdinary Heroes on the scene, you can't help but to love them, right? They just make music fun. And this is very much my, 80s rock and metal upbringing talking here, but they just make music so easy to appreciate and so easy to enjoy, even if they make some songs a little bit experimental. Like on this Overload album, ZZZ into Haircut, like the album starts a little bit tricky, like it's gonna take a little bit to process. But for me, once we got to Lunatic through the rest of the album, it was game over for me. I was not gonna survive this album. And y'all were right when you said, when so many of you really highly rated this Overload album, because I was not ready for that second, third, 2/3 of that album. ZZZ into Haircut, I was a little bit nervous as to what was going to come afterwards, because a part of me was thinking, are we going to get like an entirely almost experimental album from them? Because honestly, I wouldn't put it past them. They could pull off an experimental album, like top to bottom experimental album. But then Lunatic came around, then Crack in the Mirror came around, and then Ghost came around, and then Xmas topped it off. Like, that's a ridiculous album. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm getting a little bit too passionate, and I need to get the heart rate down. I've also been here for about 15 minutes, so I am going to leave you for the evening. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching along, listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. And Lord knows I enjoyed that one a lot. But, of course, as usual, one last request from me today. Let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, you know, checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.